Here is a truth I learned the hard way. Most people do not fail because they lack intelligence. They fail because they become comfortable with being average. Average is not a lack of opportunity. Average is a decision repeated every day, quietly, without awareness. It is waking up without intention, working without vision, scrolling without purpose, and telling yourself that someday things will change. Psychologists call this passive living, and once you fall into it, years disappear without progress. I know this because I lived it. When I was in my early 20s, I was not successful. I was not disciplined. I was not focused. I had ideas, but no execution. I had ambition, but no structure. I spent more time planning success than building it. And that is the first trap of average people. They confuse thinking with doing. One day, I met a mentor who changed my perspective. He asked me a simple question. If your daily actions were an investment portfolio, would you buy your own future? I could not answer, because my habits were not creating value. They were consuming time. That was the moment I realized average is not a financial condition. It is a behavioral pattern. Most people stay average because they avoid discomfort. They want results without uncertainty. They want growth without risk. They want success without sacrifice. But the market does not reward comfort. Life does not reward hesitation. And time never negotiates. Early in my career, I failed in my first business. I lost money, I lost confidence, I lost credibility. For months, I told myself I needed more knowledge before trying again. I read books, I watched lectures, I attended seminars, but nothing changed. Because knowledge without action is just intellectual entertainment. The breakthrough came when I shifted from learning to executing. I stopped asking, "What if this fails?" and started asking, "What will I learn if it does?" That single shift moved me out of average thinking. Here is what most people misunderstand about successful individuals. We do not have more time. We have more intentional time. Every hour has a purpose. Every habit has a direction. Every decision is aligned with a long-term vision. Average people manage days. Successful people manage priorities. Another reason people stay average is comparison. They measure their progress against others instead of against their own potential. This creates two dangerous outcomes. Either they feel inferior and quit, or they feel comfortable and stop growing. Both lead to stagnation. Real growth happens when you compete with your previous self. Let me tell you something that might sound uncomfortable. Motivation is unreliable. Discipline is scalable. The days I did not feel like working were the days that built my future. The deals that required the most patience created the largest returns. The habits that felt boring created the greatest freedom. Average people chase excitement. Successful people build consistency. But here is the most important lesson I learned. Clarity creates momentum. When you know exactly what you want and why you want it, your decisions become easier. You stop wasting energy on distractions. You stop saying yes to things that do not matter. You stop negotiating with your goals. Most people stay average because they never define their direction. They want success, but cannot describe it. They want wealth, but cannot plan for it. They want change, but cannot commit to it. So how do you escape average? You start with ownership. Take responsibility for your time. Take responsibility for your habits. Take responsibility for your outcomes. Not emotionally, but strategically. Audit your day. Ask yourself, which actions move me forward and which actions keep me comfortable? Then eliminate one average habit and replace it with one intentional action. Do this daily and your identity will change. Because success is not an event. It is a system. There is a principle I still follow. Do not chase opportunities. Build the person opportunities chase. When you develop skills, discipline, emotional control, and long-term thinking, you stop looking for luck. You start creating leverage. You do not need to be exceptional today. You only need to stop repeating average patterns. The difference between average and extraordinary is not talent. It is awareness followed by consistent action. So here is my question for you. If you continue living exactly as you are today, where will you be in 5 years? And if that answer makes you uncomfortable, good. That discomfort is your opportunity. Because you do not have to stay average. You only have to decide that your time, your focus, and your life are worth more than comfort.